Hi everyone, and welcome to this New South Wales Government Small Business COVID-19 information session. My name's Ben Lees from the New South Wales Small Business Commission. Now today we've got some fantastic speakers to talk to you about how to survive and thrive during COVID, particularly how to gain extra contracts and extra customers. Today we'll be hearing from a range of speakers, including Rudy Percher from New South Wales Procurement around procurement opportunities. Michael Wilson from New South Wales Procurement will talk about cleaning contracts. Ian Hudson from the Industry Capability Network will talk about getting connected. And Deb Barwick from the New South Wales Indigenous Chamber of Commerce will talk about being procurement ready. Now I'd like to kick off these presentations by introducing Rudy Percher from New South Wales Procurement.
Hello, my name is Rudy Percher. I work for New South Wales Procurement, a whole-of-government procurement organisation. We look after whole-of-government contracts. We look after certain categories. And my particular section looks after the customer services area. So we run a service centre, we run a sourcing team, and we run a digital communication team. My aim in the next few minutes is to show you some of our digital channels where you can look for opportunities to deliver services to government and how to connect with government and how you can operate with them. I'd like to introduce you to the whole of government e-tendering website. This is where government publishes opportunities in excess of 7,000 opportunities per year. There's over 100,000 suppliers registered. And I will walk you through some of the components of the site that allow you to find opportunities. So if you look at new user registration, this is on the top right of the site where you can click and enter your name, your organization. And this is where you can say, hey, I'm in the delivery of furniture. Therefore, you select the furniture category, and anytime government advertises an opportunity about delivery of furniture or buying furniture, you will get an alert. You don't have to register. You can go to the site on a regular basis and look for opportunities, but getting an email alert is definitely the way to go forward. New South Wales Government runs pre-qualification schemes in categories where there is a large volume of suppliers or new intake on a regular basis. On this site, you can look for schemes and you can register, and the registration for these schemes has two levels. A lower level for work usually up to $150,000 and low risk that requires less due diligence by the buyer. It allows a supplier to provide less detail to get on and find opportunities for government. I'd like to point out there's also a contract register page. Now, this is quite interesting for small organisations where this is how you can find out if government has awarded a contract to a large organisation that you then can contact to look for subcontract opportunities. Government in general tends to run larger scale contracts, and this is a real good opportunity for you to find out who has won these opportunities and who you can talk to. Usually provides contact details and phone numbers. Government is required to publish lists of procurement coming up in the next year or 2 years. These are listed under the procurement plans. Again, this is a place where you can go and have a look what government is planning on doing for the next 12 months. They may talk about refurbishing 10 or 20 schools. Therefore, they might need computers, furniture, construction, or anything related to the service of delivering a school. So this is a good place to go and look for upcoming opportunities as well. Another website I'd like to share with you is the Buy.New South Wales website. This is a site for all of government procurement, both from a buyer's and a supplier's point of view. This is where we publish policies, guidelines, board directions. This is where we publish all the pre-qualification lists, all whole of government contracts, their start, end dates, possible extensions, and the suppliers listed in those those agreements. Again, this is something for you to look through and see if there is a list that you would like to get onto, and offer your or share your services and offer to government agencies what services you can provide. Again, feel free to go here and scan through this site. And almost every page has an opportunity for you to register for alerts. Therefore, if a change happens, you'll get an email that says, hey, we're doing something in this particular category. This component of the Byte New South Wales website is really for you as a supplier. This is where you can find out about policies, opportunities for small and medium enterprises, Aboriginal procurement policies, and anything general to do with suppliers and how you need to engage with New South Wales government. As I mentioned before, this is where we publish our policies, and this is where you can read how agencies will engage with you as a supplier through these policies. This shows you thresholds on spend, what agencies can do, and it's a good article for you to understand, so you know when you speak to a buyer or a possible buyer what their thresholds are and how they can pay you and how much money they can spend with you without spending a lot of time on tendering processes. I'll just skip through. There's the Aboriginal participation in construction policy. Again, agencies are required to have Aboriginal organisations engaged in the construction space. There are targets, so the agencies are keen to find suppliers that can provide these services for them. The other thing that a lot of people don't know, if you're a small to medium enterprise, you can actually register on the government, on the Small Business Commissioner's website, put your ABN, your details in it, and that requires an agency to pay you within 5 days of you handing them a perfectly rendered invoice. Again, a lot of these information components are on this website for you to find out not only how to do business with government, but also how to get paid quicker and how to, just engage with government in general.
Thanks, Rudy. That was terrific. Now I'm going to hand over to Michael Wilson from New South Wales Procurement to talk about cleaning contracts.
Hi, my name's Michael Wilson. I'm an engagement manager with New South Wales Procurement, and I'd like to talk to you about the Emergency Cleaning Stimulus Scheme, which has been established on behalf of the New South Wales Government, and it was released on the 16th of April this year. As an introduction to the scheme, I'd like to talk about why the government has created this pre-qualification scheme for cleaning services. So as you may be aware, the New South Wales Government announced on 17th of March a $2.3 billion health boost stimulus package in response to COVID-19 to support jobs, healthcare, small business and community. As part of the stimulus package, the government committed $250 million to support employment of extra cleaners to clean public infrastructure across all of New South Wales. So in addition to scaling up cleaning services supplied by our current arrangements, including the whole of government cleaning contract, we're scaling up services by seeking capable cleaning companies to pre-qualify to the Emergency Cleaning Stimulus Scheme. Work categories of cleaning on the scheme are varied. So there are 3 major categories: general cleaning, environmental cleaning, and cleaning auditing services. General cleaning includes routine cleaning, carpet cleaning, emergency cleaning, external window cleaning from the ground, graffiti removal, and also enhanced cleaning, which is cleaning to help prevent infection from COVID-19. So the general cleaning category is what registered service providers can apply for, and we'll cover that a little bit more later in the presentation. Environmental cleaning is deep cleaning in a response to a COVID-19 suspected diagnosis at a facility. And third-party auditing services is a service where a supplier can provide auditing services to check that the work has been done by a cleaning company and check that all the requirements of the scope have been delivered, and also make sure that the payments have been made correctly for cleaners. if need be. So environmental cleaning and cleaning auditing services will be limited to certified service providers, and we'll cover that off soon. So here I'll provide a summary of the applicant guidelines to help small business understand how they apply for the scheme. So as I mentioned previously, there's 3 areas of cleaning: general cleaning, environmental cleaning, and cleaning auditing services. So the service provider options there as an application can be registered or certified. So a registered service provider can provide orders of work up to $100,000 for general cleaning categories only, so categories A1 to A6. And certified service providers can provide orders up to no limit in value and can apply for all of the work categories you see there, including environmental cleaning and cleaning auditing. So there's 8 regions across New South Wales which you can apply, and we ask that suppliers only request to be pre-qualified in regions where they have the capacity to supply those services, so they are ready to go for government agencies when they are engaged through the scheme. So what you need to be able to apply for registered applicants, you'll need evidence that you've been a legal entity and a business operating for at least 6 months prior to the commencement of the scheme on 16th of April. You'll need to provide information about relevant experience for each relevant work category that you will apply for that has occurred in the last 2 years. And those references will be checked by the vetting team here in New South Wales Procurement. We'll ask for full disclosure of any fines and prosecutions and convictions in the last 2 years. Evidence of public and product liability insurance up to $10 million of cover, and also evidence of a workers' compensation insurance, including providing the number of employees covered under the certificate of currency. So for certified providers, on top of those requirements, you'll need to be provide evidence that you've been a legal entity for at least 2 years prior to the scheme. So we're looking for well-established, experienced providers to provide those higher risk levels of work. And we're also asking for certification to ISO and Australian standards where applicable for quality management systems, safety management systems, and environmental management systems. So if you don't have those certifications, then we suggest that you apply for the registered service provider application. The public and products liability insurance cover is at a 20 million cover, whereas the registered was 10 million. So once you have that information ready, so we would say, how do you apply? So read the full scheme conditions, which are available on buy.newsouthwales.gov.au, and then you can register on e-tenders. Have all those documents ready, and then you can complete that online application via the New South Wales e-tenders website. You'll then be assessed and notified within approximately 3 business days whether you've been approved. If there are areas where you haven't been met the criteria, we will advise those areas of shortfall and provide suggestions on how you could provide a compliant application. Approved service providers will then be published on the buy.newsouthwales.gov.au website. So buying agencies, eligible buyers will be able to see the list and see you as a pre-qualified supplier and engage you for those additional cleaning services as required. So to help small business understand what common questions we've received so far, some questions we've got here are, for example, who can apply? So any cleaning company that has a valid ABN and has been operating for at least 6 months prior to the scheme commencing on the 16th of April. How long does it take for an application to be approved? So as I mentioned, it's expected to take 3 business days for a compliant application to be approved. This could vary slightly if large number of applications are received at any one time, but we seem to be meeting that 3-day turnaround at this stage. So what happens once the application is approved? So once an application is approved, the cleaning service provider will be added to the list of providers that can be used by the agencies and other eligible buyers. That includes non-profits, NGOs, councils, universities and charities for cleaning public infrastructure or infrastructure for those other entities. How much work is available? Look, we are still working with agencies to confirm how much additional cleaning is required, and we continue to advocate the scheme on top of their current supply arrangements, and we'll continue to do that to provide opportunities, in particular for small business, medium enterprises, Indigenous enterprises, and also disability enterprises, regional suppliers as well. More information is available. So you can go to buy.newsouthwales.gov.au website, where the scheme page is live and all that information is available. There you'll find the scheme conditions and how to apply. You can also contact the New South Wales Procurement Service Centre on 1800 NSW Buy or email nswbuy@treasury.newsouthwales.gov.au. For more technical questions regarding the scheme itself, you can also contact the scheme management team directly on cleaning@treasury.newsouthwales.gov.au. Thanks for listening, and I do encourage all small businesses to apply and try to provide some really good cleaning services to government during this trying time.
Thank you, Michael. Now we're going to hear from Ian Hudson from the Industry Capability Network about Get Connected.
So I'm Ian Hudson. I'm with Industry Capability Network. I just want to give you a bit of a rundown on what we do and how you can benefit from our service. ICN's a not-for-profit company. We were established about 35 years ago, so I think we're probably the best kept secret in the business world, in that we've been here so long. A lot of people know us, but still a lot of people have not heard of ICN in the past. We get involved a lot, and our main purpose is in helping business to access new supply chain opportunities. So, when you're trying to develop your business, increase sales, it's always a problem of how do you get through the door, who do you speak to, all those sorts of things. Well, the good news is that despite the fact you can't get past the receptionist, the buyers are also looking for people just like you. So we're there as the intermediary to help you be put in touch with buyers. So if you think about the buyers, what have they got? They've got yellow pages, which is a list of companies with very little information about them except a phone number. They've got Google, and they've got Call a Friend. So none of those are really good ways of them being able to ascertain quickly and efficiently who the potential suppliers are for their current need. So that's where ICN comes into it. We're involved in a lot of major projects, but we're also involved in some ongoing requirements as well. So if I can just talk a bit about some major projects first. Construction of hospitals is something we get a lot involved in. We've currently got 2 hospital projects and more on the way. One of those is in Tweed Valley Hospital and the other is Goulburn Hospital. We do a lot of transport infrastructure, so things like the Sydney Metro, City and Southwest, the Northern Road upgrade in Sydney, and in Dubbo, the Regional Fleet Program, which is where the new regional trains are going to be finished and then maintained in a new purpose-built centre there for the next 15 or so years. And ICN has helped in all of those cases to bring local suppliers to those projects. We also get involved in construction of mines. Out at Parkes, there's a Sunrise nickel, cobalt, scandium mine that's underway or in progress. And then a lot of clean energy projects, Bengo Wind Farm, lots of solar farms, some waste to energy projects where people need to know who's who in the zoo, and they come to ICN to find out who they can procure from. And then electrical infrastructure, things like the Energy Connect project, which is about increasing the grid so that there'll be a connection between South Australia and southern New South Wales, and that will complement another one that's coming from northern Victoria. Then ongoing requirements. So we get a lot involved in defence projects where people are looking for local manufacturers that can help with producing items required by defence. CASG, which is the procurement arm of defence, is very keen to have sovereign capability, obviously for two reasons. One is strategic, to make sure that they can continue to receive supply throughout whatever circumstances might arise. And the other is because, well, if you're spending all that money, why not leave some of it in Australia as much as you can and put that in the pockets of Australians so that they can stimulate the economy. So we help with a lot of the defence projects, and then things like infrastructure maintenance. So the country regional network, which is the railway line that services regional New South Wales with the regional trains. We've been working with the contractor who looks after the maintenance of that for coming up to 10 years. And we've helped them to identify all of the potential suppliers up and down the line who can participate with them to keep that maintained. And then there's things like the emergency remediation, I'm calling it, which is things like the bushfires, where we've worked with the contractor to put them in touch with local businesses, especially in bushfire affected areas, that can help with the cleanup process. And of course, COVID-19. So I'll come to that in a sec. So the way we operate is that we have a small number of staff located in Sydney and in regional New South Wales. The staff are aware of the local businesses, and they have a lot of information about them that can be put to good use about not just what they do, but also what their aspirations are. So we complement them with a tool which we call ICN Gateway, which is on the net. ICN Gateway has two purposes. One is as a place for gathering information about suppliers. So suppliers can go to ICN Gateway, put in information about their company, capabilities, their facilities, products and services, locations, and contacts, of course. And then that information becomes available to ICN staff around the country. So if they're looking for somebody that can do something, whatever that might be, then they're able to find that in Gateway. The other thing ICN Gateway is used for is a place for opportunities to be published. So things like the hospital projects, which I mentioned, they'll be on there. There'll be a list of all the work packages that are required, and then companies who have a company profile can put in an expression of interest. Following the submission of an EOI, we send through some of the information from your company profile, plus the answers to the questions that are specific to that project, through to the project proponent, the buyer, and that gives them some real information that they can then use to do all their capability assessment for their project or other need. Now remember, ICN is funded by New South Wales Government, so we're not motivated by profit. Our motivation is to assist businesses in improving their supply chains and to keep the money in the country. Now under COVID-19, so we've been involved heavily in the COVID-19 recovery efforts. The initial need from the virus infection itself triggered a lot of need for ventilators and gowns and sanitisers and those sorts of things. So we obviously have connections there, but then those things are made up of other things. So sanitizer, for example, is a combination of different chemicals. Some of those very quickly came into short supply, so we've been able to assist some of the manufacturers that are already in sanitizer manufacturing to find alternate sources of those chemicals. Also, companies that are pivoting into that area that need suppliers, we've been able to put them in touch with potential suppliers. So then we have things like the ventilators, where a company was pivoting into ventilators, and we helped them with things like screws, decals, gaskets, glues, O-rings, washers, pneumatic filters, fittings and pneumatic valves, tooling and HEPA filters. So for each of those items, we were able to provide them with a short list of companies that can provide each of those. Now, in the medium term, we're expecting that there'll be a bit of a trend back towards buying Australian sovereign capability. So we think there that there'll be a lot of companies coming to us saying, well, how do I buy what I need from Australian suppliers? The panacea would be they buy everything, but of course they're not going to. So what they can buy from Australia, we'd like them to at least give it a go and see if they can buy here. There's going to be some supply chain interruptions caused by the illnesses and lockdowns that have been in other countries. So all those things are going to contribute to an increased need for Australian capability, and we're there to assist. In the long term, we'll see that there's more desire for Australian-made products, and we can assist with companies getting into manufacturing locally, whereas previously they may have manufactured overseas or sourced from overseas. Now, to be there, to be part of that and to be seen, you need to invest a bit of time in creating a company profile on ICN Gateway. There's a few tips. There's some documentation available on the website. You can call us for assistance. We've got a 1300 number, which you'll see there on the site when I get to it. And you can receive notifications so that when a new opportunity is published, you'll receive an email that tells you that this meets the capabilities that you put into your profile. Okay, so this is the homepage for ICN Gateway. The URL is gateway.icn.org.au. And it's a source of information as well as a place for you to start when you're creating your company profile. As you can see here, there's find new work, promote your business, and connect with other businesses. These two elements here, one is about looking for suppliers, or people can come to us if they're looking for suppliers and we'll help them, or looking for work. So if you are looking to develop your business, then that's the place to go. And I'll come back to that in a sec. To actually create a company profile, you start with Join Now. And just by clicking on that, you'll be taken through a step-by-step process where you simply complete the fields. Now, at stage 4, there's an option to increase exposure by taking out a paid subscription. That's totally optional. What you'll get with the basic free option is you can create your company profile, thereby making yourself visible to the ICN consultants around the country. You can see all the opportunities that are being published on ICN Gateway, and you can submit expressions of interest. So it's well and truly worth going through the process of creating a good profile, which is part of your presentation to the market, and some people would liken it to a resume. Okay, so if you're looking for work and you just want to scroll through everything that's available, you can click here, select your state, and go to find work. And you can see here it's saying that there's 53 projects currently available. It shows the top 3, and then if you want the rest, you can go to see all. That'll show you all of them. Select any one, and then using this arrow here, you can scroll through them. So at the moment there's 53, as I said. Some of them have more work packages available than others, but there's always some information about the project, and then at the bottom, like down here, this project has some documents. It's got other associated opportunities, and down here is the list of work packages. There's only one there at the moment. And if you want to put in an expression of interest, you simply click on this box and answer the questions from there. Hopefully you find that of interest. If we know you're there, you can hear about the opportunities and we can find you as you need to be found. The first step is create a company profile, so I'd commend you do that now, and give us a call or communicate in some way if you wish to know more.
Thank you, Ian. Now we're going to hear from Deb Barwick from the New South Wales Indigenous Chamber of Commerce, who's going to be talking about Procurement Ready.
Hi, my name's Deb Barwick. I'm a procurement specialist advisor for the New South Wales Indigenous Chamber of Commerce, contracted by the Business Connect program, New South Wales. A key component of supporting small to medium businesses in New South Wales are the Small and Medium Enterprise and Regional Procurement Policy and the Aboriginal Procurement Policy. Both of these policies aim to provide SMEs with participation into supply chains of government. The New South Wales Government spends around $20 billion each year on products and services. This offers great opportunities for small businesses to grow and create local jobs. If you want to supply goods or services to the government or find out how through the Business Connect Procurement Specialist Advisory Service, it's as simple as picking up the phone and contacting us or booking a session online. The Procurement Specialist Advisory Service is delivered by the New South Wales Indigenous Chamber of Commerce for Business Connect and offers tailored advice and events focused on helping small businesses to get ready to sell goods and services to government. It also helps you to develop a capability statement, find out about opportunities including supplier lists, schemes, tenders and exemptions, understand how to submit a great response and learn from an unsuccessful bid. They help you understand risks and satisfying government requirements, how to work with a lead contractor or a subcontractor to government, and how to develop a plan to market to government customers. You can get expert advice to help build your capability to win government business by booking a session with a Specialist Business Connect procurement advisor or by attending a webinar or event. You can also check out the resources on Grow Your Business and visit New South Wales Procure Point, or you can call the New South Wales Procurement Service Centre on 1800 679 289 for information about New South Wales government procurement opportunities. So, register with Business Connect today. It's simple. You can visit us at business.newsouthwales.gov.au/businessconnect and navigate your way, or you can email connect@treasury.newsouthwales.gov.au to connect to an advisor, or you can simply phone us on 1300 134 359.
Thank you, Deb. Well, that brings us to the end of our presentations this evening. On the screen, you'll see some contact information for the different presentation agencies. Please do feel free to get in contact with them if you have any further questions. You can also get all of your COVID information from Service New South Wales. I encourage you to go onto their website or give them a call, 137788, for dedicated business support around COVID. Now, as I say, I hope that was useful and thank you very much for joining this webinar.